Hello, welcome back to Blender C Live Noding. This is gonna be a further continuation of previous experiment with this script Freestyle to Grease Pencil script. So yeah, we already have everything set up. So now, if we want, um, if we actually render anything from the camera, we should get like a freestyle, and then the freestyle will be converted into Grease Pencil, like you see on the screen here. It is actually very neat effect. It works very well from the camera view, like this. So if I lock the camera and kind of move this around, um, and then render it out, I should be getting the freestyle strokes, and then this also appears as grease pencil strokes, and I can actually simply use it inside Sverchok if I want. And the effect is actually real time, so if I just change it to different text, like in this case just blend, so this is actually really nice if you are, I think, if you are a graphic designer and you want to design some kind of poster taking advantage of this outline. This is gonna be really nice. See, it's very nice and clean. And in fact, if I bring it into Sverchok, I just need to update the timeline. You see, it's just instantly I get this remeshing. Currently, I can see that we have 24 different curve strokes. I can zoom it. And actually, what else do we have here? I think I set up some kind of randomization, so we can get that kind of effect. And on top of that, I actually make it so that we can animate each and every strokes like that, because it is a curve basically, and the output is actually is currently set to single, so this is going to be a single curve object. It's very easy to animate single curve. If you want to animate it like as multiple strokes, you can do that as well. Here I'm using the resampling vector interpolations to get a nicer curve basically. So if I get rid of the randomization, it's a bit more clear what's going on. Let's make it like thin line like that, and I think I can hide the original text. So this is what the thing looks like. So that's nice. We have control over the grease pencil. Actually, turn off the cyclic. We don't need that. You can actually kind of stagger the animations. You'll learn. I think you learned that in previous live noding. I did that already at some point. And the nice thing, of course, I'll delete this real quick and maybe delete the text and just use Suzanne, for example. See Suzanne the monkey. And save this, render again. We only, with freestyle and grease pencil here, with this workflow, I'm only worrying about the grease pencil result, the outline, which is this thing right here. I have not experimenting with the modifier yet. I think this guy can also kind of get this the stroke, different thickness for the stroke. It will be a lot nicer, I think. But anyway, if I update the timeline, we should get the outline now like that, and we can animate it. So yeah, very nice effect. What else I want to show you? Let me check. Let me try actually the stroke with a random thickness. Add modifier. We have a couple of options here. There's this freestyle line style grease pencil export, and there's this stroke color thickness alpha. We can control all those. For example, the color. Where's the color? maybe somewhere here, but anyway, we can use modifier, and for example it's a long stroke and it's kind of nice here to use curve. We can use curve to control the random thickness of the stroke for freestyle. I'll give it a test real quick. So Suzanne, I'll rotate it to a better angle. I want to get the outline around the eyes. Okay, let's see the stroke now have a little bit more variations, which is really nice. Make this thicker, center outline. I don't know. I think we have so many options with freestyle. It works really well if you know how to work with this. Okay, that's really nice actually. Really nice stroke. Now I exit the render and display the outline. Oh yeah, that's actually really nice. See, we have these variations of stroke. Currently, I have not set up Sverchok so it reads the Grease Pencil stroke pressure, but you see, this is actually working really well. Back to the camera. Of course, if I just update the Sverchok, we don't get the pressure data, but I'm pretty sure we can simply do that using Sverchok. Just grab the actual pressure value here somewhere. Yeah, I'm not sure if we can also use other modifier like noise here. Give it a random noise to our curve, render it out. Oh, I actually have the Sverchok output kind of overlapping the monkey head, so we might actually get, yeah, that's very interesting. Exit that. So we have this result, which is unusual as well if you think about it. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. If you use, for example, things like torus and just make like a multiple and look at it from the camera. If we render it out, we're gonna get the outline. I'm pretty sure the outline of, oh, actually I'm gonna delete Suzanne. And let's get just the outline of this torus. They can be overlapping. We also have this option here, override and keep. Normally, by default, it's set to override. So it's gonna override whatever Grease Pencil stroke that it has previously. So like that. I think the noise doesn't work quite well, so we probably don't need to use that. But this along curve works really well. We get like variations of strokes. This is very natural, very nice result. Like I said, we have this keep or override. If you keep these strokes and then kind of do another render, it's gonna keep the previous stroke and then gonna add it on top of it. So you can have this very graphic design kind of result. Let's use the background and turn on the background here. Different color. Now, of course, Grease Pencil does not actually render unless we render using OpenGL. So OpenGL gives us this Grease Pencil stroke. But if you use Sverchok, of course, Sverchok will actually render. See? So you have opportunity to further work with the freestyle strokes inside Sverchok. So let's randomize this a little bit. See? It's very nice. And I've been testing this out a couple of times, and this is kind of nice result. And what's gonna happen here, Freestyle will actually render on top of this geometry as well. Keep in mind that Freestyle can get really heavy very quickly, so if you actually further process these strokes, you're gonna get something like 100,000 and 1 million faces, and it's gonna be a bit slow to render unless you have like a powerful computer. But the thing about Freestyle is that you need to be very efficient with your geometry. But the final result is actually really nice. Yeah, let's give it a moment to render the Freestyle. Maybe I think the result, I will show you the result maybe after the video. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this live noding. So you can see we can basically take a kind of like a snapshot of Freestyle render as a grease pencil, and with that grease pencil we can use it inside Sverchok and further modify the actual mesh for Freestyle. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. I'll continue experimenting with this in the next live noding. Hopefully we can get something that's unusual and interesting. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you